Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is going to be another love reading for you Taurus. I just felt to continue with the energy of love as it is so needed right now in the world. Not every message is going to resonate, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. The strongest messages always come through. And the energy of love can be in relation to any relationship in your life. So also just frame the messages as they speak to you. Okay, Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and other strong placements, messages of guidance for love, for Taurus. Messages of guidance for love for Taurus. All negative energy must leave the space now. This deck wanted to be used, Taurus, so let's see what comes through. Knight of Swords, an unexpected message, a sudden message. I don't know if you have been expecting communication, but this is very fast-moving energy, and it's intellectual energy. It is Gemini energy. It's like someone can't hold themselves back from saying something. This could also be, a disagreement, misunderstanding, argument where someone, either you or your person, was reactive. The Knight of Swords doesn't usually think before acting. It's a very quick action. It's a very fast-moving action. It's a very forward-moving action. And sometimes afterwards pulls back and realizes, oh, should I maybe not have said that? That's the energy that I'm getting. There is some hesitation and processing with this person before they communicate usually, but then something inside of them takes over and they need to react. It is almost like a way of self-protection, protecting their reputation, or protecting the mask that they wear, that they are afraid you are uncovering. There's something about direct communication with this person that you've had that triggered something. Maybe triggered a truth within them that they are not fully ready to acknowledge. And this could be vice versa. So for the cross watchers, this could be you, Taurus. This could be you feeling triggered about something that you're not really fully ready to step into the truth of yet. And so the first reaction or response to something like that is to react, to protect. And we do that in different ways. Some people withdraw and disappear. Some people react emotionally and outwardly, and some people inwardly. But I do feel like this was an outward reaction. It affected someone's sense of pride here, or sense of identity. And it is a lesson that both of you are learning. It's to tame the beast. It's the strength to hold back, when at times you feel like reacting, you feel like taking vengeance, and that is the beast within all of us. That is the reactive responses usually come from, and when we are triggered, when we are not aware of our triggers, the reptilian brain, or that part of the brain, takes over that wants to protect our psyche, protect our nervous system, protect us physically. It's just that there's no longer a lion chasing us, but it's that harsh email or that harsh word that crosses your path, and you feel the same reaction in your nervous system and in your psyche, and you want to rush forward and protect yourself. Fight, flight, or freeze, depending on what your natural tendency to do is. But there is a strength that is being recognized here by both you and the other person, that there is a beauty in holding back. There is a beauty in not always being right. There is a beauty and a lesson in the trigger. So what is it that, is causing you to feel the way you are feeling? And again, it's Leo energy again. So I definitely do feel that it's something that has affected your sense of pride, your pride, or your person's pride. And that is the ego then trying to come in to protect that, because that is what the ego does. But an unhealthy reaction from the ego is to attack. This could be someone at your workplace as well, Taurus. But what you are being asked to do maybe is to spend a little bit of time alone. Maybe you need to journal about the situation, meditate about it, connect with it, and understand the different perspectives involved in the situation. There's some insight that is needed here, but that can only come with you spending some time alone, connecting with your guides, with source, with your ancestors, with your inner being. The answers that you have are, or the answers that you are seeking are already within you. I do also feel like it is a balancing of the masculine and the feminine energy that is happening here. The masculine wants to react, wants to move forward, wants to take vengeance, wants to protect. And the feminine is able to take a step back and to, lean into the energies of nurturing, of creating a safe space. So there's some balancing here. Some of you Taurians might feel that, might be naturally masculine in energy, whether you are male or female. And that balancing needs to take place. There's a third energy, and I said this in the Aries reading as well. So you could have strong Aries placements, or you could be dealing with an Aries. But there is always a third energy between two people or in a relationship. And that is the energy of the union. It takes on its own vibrational frequency and field. And it's finding that energy that both of you can tap into, rather than one person's view over the other, or one person's rightness over the other. Out beyond all notions of right and wrong, there is a field. I will meet you there. Rumi. That's the quote I'm hearing right now. And it is about finding the equilibrium in order to balance the scales here in this situation. And as I was talking about masculine and feminine, the divine masculine card comes through, the Emperor. 4 kings in one, 4 elements in one, embodied 4 of the kings and all of the elements. But you'll notice in this card, the Emperor is not, he's actually taking on a nurturing role, overlooking those 2 children playing, sitting very calmly, not acting, not moving. And this can also be a masculine energy. Masculine doesn't always have to be controlling, manipulative, the unhealthy masculine at least. It can be restorative. It can bring about harmony and peace. And that's also a form of, action. It doesn't have to be physical action always that we associate with masculine energy. It can also be an energetic presence, holding space, and that is the masculine energy that is needed right now, whether it's your own masculine energy or what you are needing from your person is holding the space. The feminine energy is uncontained, it flows, it is expressive, it can move anywhere, and it can create chaos if it is not contained. Every form of flow needs some kind of boundary so that if you think of a tsunami, if you think of a river that overflows its banks, when there's an excess of rainfall, it can create quite a lot of damage in that flow. So you need the bank to hold the river. You need the glass to hold the water container. You need the ocean bed not to be upheaved or upset, so that the water is not displaced, creating a tsunami. And that is what the masculine does, is he sits quietly and he holds space so that the feminine is able to flow safely without creating burnout, without creating chaos. And that's the energy right now. And it's recognizing that the two coexist, they are not separate. It's one energy, and you can move from masculine to feminine depending on the situation and what it calls for in the moment. One moment you can be holding space, the next moment you are required to flow and to be and to create. There's also a sense of you missing this somehow, Taurus, in your world right now. Maybe you are feeling like you are the one, holding all of the space and there's no one really to watch over you. Two. Yes, it's an equal give and take here. So reciprocity is what you are looking for, and maybe that's what the misunderstanding or the discomfort, argument, disagreement was about. The reaction is coming from a sense of feeling taken for granted. Here we have an feminine energy, god of Aries, fire energy. And she's also, not moving actively, sitting, allowing, receiving. So I'm getting the sense of burnout as well, Taurus, with you, like I did with Aries. Maybe it's all the zodiac signs right now because there's a lot going on. And the fire horse energy has been very intense. It almost feels to me, well, not heavier, but there's an intensification of, the emotional release. And that can also lead to burnout, Taurus. It's about tapping into your creativity as well to see if there are ways that you can achieve or accomplish everything you want to in a day in a simpler way or without feeling like you are rushing around. There's also a spiritual connection that I feel is needed here, Taurus. And I feel it for myself as well. It's a need to take a step back, a need to connect with spirit and to connect with source in order to guide you forward. So that you are then able to pour your energy back into your environment. This is the star energy after a moment of upheaval. It could be burnout, it could be overwhelm. You could feel like just like your world is falling apart at times, and this could be emotional. It could be happening physically, but especially if you have a disagreement with someone that you love, it can feel like life doesn't make sense or the world is falling apart. And then when that healing occurs, and it's important you take a step back and think about the reaction, think about what is triggering you, balance your emotions, and then come back and then you are able to give back to everyone around you. So it is definitely about a sense of moving through the upheaval moment by moment, being in the moment, being fully present in the moment, and consciously aware that all timelines that you are creating are being created right now. So there is no past, present, and future. It exists only in this moment. And that is what is needed right now, Taurus. I do sense there's some anxiety about the future and the what of the future. But it is being created in the present moment. There's a rogue card here. Yeah, feeling overwhelmed or burnt out. That was from a different deck. So it's interesting that it was stuck in this one. Let's see. Anything else for Taurus, please, and thank you. Advice. Cycles are ending. Something is ending. Something is coming to an ending here, but you're no longer grieving it. You're no longer seeing it as an unbearable, painful ending. It feels more like you've integrated the lessons from this and are now looking to new horizons. It could have felt like a betrayal or an abandonment, but that perspective is shifting. Some socializing is needed here, Taurus. I do feel like it's important to ask for help. It's important to be able to ask for help. It's important to reach out to people around you and not take everything on your own shoulders. There is support and there is help, and you will find it in, the strangest of places or the most unexpected places if you're just willing to ask. There's a sense of hyper independence that causes the overwhelm, that causes the burnout. And it's a sense of feeling alone or isolated and not knowing who's holding space for you. But there are friends and family around you, Taurus, that are able to do this for you if you only vocalize what is going on. And I can relate because I am that person that never asks for help. I always feel like I don't want to burden anyone around me. And then at the same time, the polarity of that is feeling completely isolated and alone. But that's also self-inflicted because I'm not reaching out. Missed opportunity. I don't think you have the energy right now, Taurus, for anything new is what I'm feeling. It just feels like you need to get through this period, and it might be Pisces. It just feels like the emotions are running high right now. And it is also what's playing out on the world stage. That energy, that frequency is not isolated to the parties involved. We will all feel it as Mother Earth absorbs and feels it. That energy needs to go somewhere. And so if you are feeling particularly drained or hopeless, a sense of grief or loss as well, remember that not all of it is entirely your energy, and you have to ask, is this my energy, or am I taking on the energy of everyone around me and the energy of what Mother Earth is going through right now and the energy of what is happening in the world right now? It might be good to, and I know people have said to me before that, that it's a little bit selfish or naive to not look at the news, to not, be on social media, and to avoid any communication, because everything is, in my opinion, biased. You don't know whether you are getting the truth of the matter these days at any point in time. The truth can be so manipulated, and that can affect your energy field. which is why you may be feeling a little bit drained right now, Taurus. Your creativity could be also taking a slump, or your sense of wanting to do things, even cook a meal, or clean up the house, or do things that you would normally excite you. It's not giving you that sense of excitement anymore, or stimulation. There's an energy of boredom that has crept in, but it's not boredom so much as it is numbness because of emotional overwhelm at times. So just be aware of this, Taurus, and remember that you can reach out. And it's important. Connection is important. That is what we need as humans. And without connection, it can be very daunting. Life can be very daunting. I do believe that people can die of loneliness. Like when a partner dies, especially in old age or after retirement, the partner that's left behind, that sense of connection is lost. So connection, very important for you right now, Taurus. And it doesn't have to be, a big party that you go to, but maybe just, one-on-one conversation with a good friend, a soul friend, or talking to someone about how you are feeling. What else for Taurus? Yes, and then you will sense that your creativity will come back from that, Taurus, because I do feel like there is a little bit of frustration because you feel like your intuition and your creativity is a little bit blocked right now. Some meditation would also be good for you right now, Taurus, and that doesn't have to be sitting still cross-legged. I am publishing some podcasts or guided meditations. There are 2 uploaded already, so you can try those out, especially the journey to your inner sanctuary. That is a very powerful one for restoration. And then the second one is a yoga nidra, which is yogic sleep. And at the same time, you can do manifestations with the yoga nidra. So check those out as well, Taurus. I do feel like your root chakra is a little bit, you need some grounding and centering. An oracle message. So I'm just drawing an oracle message from the angels and ancestors deck for you, Taurus. Only one, please. I am also sensing a connection to animals, Taurus. That's important. So if you have a dog or a cat, spending time with them. This is the oracle message that you get for today, Taurus, for this love medicine reading. Sage, be devoted and committed. And this is for yourself or to yourself as well. That's why I feel some journaling, some meditative time, and some time out is really important right now. I want to read the message to you. Sage, be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. The sage represents the wise one within. When this card arises, it shows that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes, as the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insights to those with whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and of all your inner workings. Exactly. It's observing that reactive instinct, Taurus. It's observing your triggers. It's observing your motivation for how you respond to things. because that awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth, your continued dedication, and this is also growth of self, the integration of self, which is a lifelong journey. Understanding self, becoming consciously aware of your motivation, your conflict style, your communication style, where that's coming from. Consciously aware of the third energy in the room, not just what you are thinking, not just what the other person is thinking, but the energy of the relationships that you have. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now. It's important to take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. So, Taurus, I hope this resonated and helped in some way. Sending you so much love. If you'd like a personal reading, my details are in the description box. Until next time, Taurus.